Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. There is a lot of stuff I could cover, but today we're going to start with the Christmas seasonal. Basically, last year, some of you may remember we got this nice little Christmas tree that would give us one treat every day. Sadly, this year the little tree doesn't give us anything. I clicked on it earlier today. We can click on it once a day, but it only does some nice shiny lights, and that's pretty much it. So, as far as some of you have been asking if we were going to get a new Christmas tree this year, and if we were going to get some gift. So far, I have no information telling me that there will be some Christmas gift. So, sadly, that's it for the Christmas tree. So let's get started. So, like every year, we're going to have to talk to our friend Hal Jordan. If you're a hero, you have to do that in the Watchtower, pretty much in the middle of the Watchtower. And if you're an evil villain, you have to do pretty much the same thing in the middle of the Hall of Doom with your friend Sinestro. Usually, they're not easy. They're not very difficult to spot. You look for the big tree, and usually the NPC is right in front of the tree. Here we can see the nice Hal Jordan model. But before we talk to Hal Jordan, just a quick look at some of the things that have been added. That's a nice Batman there. Just a quick look at some of the things that have been added to the vendor. So there's a Krampus set that's 55% discounted. I have no idea why. So we can get the Krampus horns, the Krampus hoods with horns, the Krampus mask, and the Krampus hood. Basically, every day there seems to be some sort of little box like that is heavily discounted. I have no idea why that is. The North Pole fragment seems to be a collection. I have no idea what we get with that collection, sadly. There's a few things like the icy helmet, icy shoulders, icy belt. So there's a few styles that have been added, but obviously you've noticed that I'm using the Captain Cold gear we got last year. I'm using the enhanced version of the Captain Cold gear we got last year. I assume it's still available if you don't have it. As you saw, my character has it, so I don't see it in the vendor. But I assume if you don't have the Captain Cold gear from last year, it's probably in the vendor. And of course, we got some snow clouds. We can't see it. Oh well. And there's a whole bunch of ice statue or frozen statues that we can have in our lair. Heavy ice throne. So they've added, as you can see, a whole bunch of nice, really nice ice sculptures, or very nice base items. It's not all ice sculpture. We have the stag, frozen rock waterfall, ice waterfall. Not sure what's the difference. Oh, there was a rock here. Okay. So they've added a whole bunch of new stuff to the vendor. We can't see it. Snow Angel. Sadly, we cannot rotate the items in order to be able to see them from the top. Oh well. So as you can see, they've added a whole bunch of stuff. Ice wall. Damn, they've added a lot of stuff this year. Oh, so that seems to go all the way up to the icicle group. The Pengbot comes from last year. It's a nice pet, from what I recall. And it seems to freeze some items in your base. The Winter Speakers, I think I saw some people who had it in their lair. It's a nice jingle music. Gift of Light collection box. I forget what this. I guess this is the gifts we got last year. If you missed out last year, you can get those this year, I suppose. Winter modes if you need to do some crafting. The Batman tree. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of items from last year and the previous years. So if you're missing some styles from the previous years or some base items from the previous years, it's all here. I made videos specifically about some of those. Like I'm pretty sure I made a video last year about the Arctic style. And I'm pretty sure I made videos about some of the other styles. So if you look through some of my videos from last year, you're going to see some of those items in those videos. So enough looking at the vendor. So basically there's the vendor. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can purchase. So let's talk to our friend
Ever
Hal
wanted your own
Jordan.
holiday special? Now's your chance, because we need your help. Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern of Avarice, has gotten wind of the gift-giving season and wants to take everything for himself. This guy puts the "my" in miser. He's after everything he can get his hands on. Gifts, trees, snowmen, decorations, anything. And he's not going to share. Go out into the cities and find his stashes of stolen holiday goods. Recover as much as you can before he sends it back to his planet Okara. And give it to folks who really need it.
So let's look in our journal. I guess those had nothing to do with that. So Season's Greeting. Recover holiday goods stolen by Larfleeze. And locate and recover Larfleeze stashes of stolen holiday goods throughout Metropolis and Gotham City. I usually go to Gotham. Not sure why. Whenever there's sometimes the seasonal is in Gotham, sometimes the seasonals are in the Metropolis. But if the seasonal is in both Gotham and Metropolis, for some reason I have a tendency to go to Gotham by default. There's no real strategy there, it just happens like that. Also, you'll notice my character is in controller role. Basically, even if you're DPS or controller, you only do 1 point of damage to the NPCs during the Christmas seasonal. So when you're fighting the NPCs in the open world, there's no real point in switching from DPS or from controller. So you can do the missions as a controller, as a DPS, as a healer, as a tank. You decide. And of course, you may hear there's the Christmas seasonal music in Gotham. And of course, there's the decorations. Like you can see the nice little decorations. Let's go to... I usually have a spot where I like to go to. Actually, I have a couple of spots, but here I'm a hero character, so let's go over here. So basically, we're looking for the Christmas trees like that. And one way to be able to see them is that big red, green, and white visual effect. So let's click on our old friend here. There's a few different missions, so I forget. Sometimes we have to defeat one single big guy like that. But sometimes, as you can see, when you defeat the big guy, it triggers the smaller ones.
I love the winter holiday.
As you can see, we have nine stolen holiday goods to recover. So sometimes we get one big guy, then a bunch of small guys. Sometimes it's only small guys that we get. We'll see. Not sure if it's random or if there's one way to tell which is which. It doesn't really matter. So let's go across the river. Kind of like this area over here. It's where I used to farm for exhibits eons ago. So you can see we got a whole bunch of smaller opponents as opposed to the big guy we got previously. It's not a difficult mission, but sometimes some of the NPCs can be a tiny bit annoying. But if you have a bit of crowd control,
Are you Santa Claus?
it's not as much of an issue. So you can see here, there's the tree and there's a whole bunch of gift around it. So let's try this one. So as you try to click on the gift, there's some evil NPCs that will try to stop you. Oh, I guess we're done. Just for good measure. There we go. So we seem to be done here.
Larfleeze wasn't content to steal just presents this holiday season. He's escalated to stealing power rings from fallen Green Lanterns near the conflict in Metropolis. The more rings he gets, the more powerful he becomes, and that's not good for anybody. The rings have left an enormous energy signature, and I'm tracing it now. I've pinpointed his location. He's holed up at a secret research facility. I'm adding the location to your on-duty tab. Head there, and I'll contact you on site.
So as you said, it gave us 6 holy leaves. So let's go play the 4-player mission. So we go to on duty, we go to the event tab, as Oracle just mentioned. So it's the secret research facility. And as you can see, we have Larfleeze, the ring bearer of the Orange Light of Avarice, has stolen power rings and is hoarding them inside a secret research facility. So let's go do it. I'm going to stay controller for that mission. It allows you to be able to make sure that the group doesn't run out of power. And also it gives you a bit of crowd control or a bit of debuffs. So we'll see.
Waller here. This affair is now under Task Force X.
Oh, there's two
I've
controllers.
assigned members of the Suicide Squad to assist you in your objectives. Just keep your nose
Let's see
down.
if our friend
The squad
changes.
will
Okay, I'm going to change to DPS. Normally I would have stayed a controller, but let's switch to DPS then.
Larfleeze has locked himself behind a security door. The excess energy in the building has shorted out the locking mechanism. Give it a good whack. You should be able to get inside.
Sadly, as you can see, my character is equipped to go in Atlantis. So hopefully I'll go there soon.
Whoa, check out that horror. There's the power rings trapped inside those emitters. They're fueling the shield surrounding him. Get in the mix and interrupt the flow of energy. Use those shielded constructs to disrupt the energy beams from each emitter. That will temporarily disable the shield that's protecting Larfleeze.
Too many effects, I don't see what's going on. There we go. So basically you have to defeat the orange lanterns and you have to bring them to their appropriate place. Oh, there he is. And we have to do that multiple times, and between each time we're gonna have to fight the evil Larfleeze. Sometimes, depending on the group you have, it's very challenging, sometimes not so much. There they are. Sometimes it can be a tough mission when you're with people who don't really know what to do. But here we should be okay, I think. I could use my backups or my henchmen. We'll wait a bit. Nah, he took it from my hands. I'm so sad now. Nah.
My precious rings! I wasn't hurting anyone. Well, that much.
Great job. The Green Lantern Corps can take it from here. Getting those rings out of Larfleeze's hands will make the holiday season safer for everyone.
It was a bit easier than I remembered. But usually, depending on the group you have, it can make a big difference. So let's give a little thumbs up to all our friends. And what did we get? Some cookies. Well, we got a Prometheum lockbox, although I'm not sure if we got it now or before. Oh, Mercenaries Malleys. I was missing that. So let's get out of here. Actually, let's... in case you don't know... in case you don't know, you can use the warp menu to go straight to Hal Jordan, and or to the character who's actually giving the Christmas seasonal mission. In this case, it's Hal Jordan because I'm playing a hero character. If you're playing an evil villain, you're going to be able to warp straight to Sinestro. There's no real point to do that because we don't really need to talk to Hal Jordan afterwards again. But just to let you guys see that it is an option that you have if you want to use the warp menu. So as you can see, our friend Hal Jordan, we've already done the mission. Let's complete. So again, we got 6 holy leaves. So I guess we can get 12 holy leaves per day. I'm a bit surprised. Usually there's one...
the exact opposite of the true spirit of the holiday season. Recover the stolen holiday goods and show him what the holiday season is really about. Generosity.
Usually there's one part of the mission that gives you more leaves than others. At least I think it was like that. But it could be that either they changed it, or it could be that I'm misremembering. So if for some reason you want to reset the mission and do it again and again and again, as you can see, it costs you 12 replay badges. And again, you come here and you can spend your hard-earned holy leaves. So that is pretty much it for the Christmas seasonal. Again, the gear that I'm wearing right now is the gear that they've added last year. So if you don't have it, I guess you can. If you didn't buy it last year, I assume you can purchase it this year. But since I already purchased it and I already crafted the enhanced version of the gear, obviously I cannot see it in the vendor anymore. But this is a really nice gear that you can buy or craft, depending on how it works this year. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your question. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.